So when you think about FedEx versus USPS, you gotta really ask yourself, what are you looking for? Are you looking for speed? Are you looking for affordability? Are you looking for some kind of operational efficiency? Let me really do a quick compare and contrast here. Which is the best courier this year? So here's a sketch I want you to think about. When you think about FedEx versus USPS, you gotta really ask yourself, in terms of your e-commerce business, your offline business, or your personal affairs, okay, which is really the best courier? Now, into this conversation, I want to really talk to you about e-commerce and also offline business. And so when you think about these two players, basically it's important to understand that they all have their pros and cons, but of course they also have some areas where they're constantly adding value every single day. So FedEx actually offers multiple delivery options and also is especially known for its quick delivery services. Okay, so that's really it's in the name of the company, Federal Express. Very, very quick delivery services. So that's for FedEx. And when you think about USPS Priority Mail typically offers a faster delivery compared to a FedEx home delivery. Again, we are speaking here about continental US, so within the country, but things are a little different when you actually go overseas, when you go internationally. But I'll speak about that later on. So if you are sending a package larger than 3 pounds, FedEx is usually cheaper than USPS. And I will explain to you why. So FedEx versus USPS is actually one of those compare and contrast discussions that you hear all the time, especially when it comes to e-commerce companies. So if you are an online entrepreneur, if you have an online store, if you are even selling offline, by the way, you are basically thinking about what works for your specific geography, but also your target audience. One thing for sure, FedEx and USPS actually both have their own distinct histories. So FedEx is a multinational courier company that actually specializes in overnight delivery services and excellent parcel tracking. USPS, on the other hand, is actually a government agency and primary postal service of the US, right? So, and USPS is a very, very popular way to ship mail and small packages, both domestically but also internationally. So let me give you the choice you need to really think about this year. So which is FedEx versus USPS, which is really best for your e-commerce business, but also your offline business, okay? It's one of those things where when you think about, like if you have an online store and you are thinking about choosing UPS versus USPS versus FedEx, but we are speaking about FedEx and USPS into this conversation. So if you are thinking about those two, you gotta really, I think I said this before, but the geography of your target audience plays an important role. But also depends on, you also have your specific business needs. Because what's your vision? What's your vision in the first place? Okay, so FedEx, with its superior parcel tracking system, 150-pound weight limits, and also expertise in overnight shipping, is generally a better option for companies shipping out larger packages to both domestic and international destinations that need to get to their destination quickly and securely. So if you are thinking about 115-pound maximum weight limit, and you are actually are thinking, hey, listen, I have to ship this to maybe Germany, or I have to ship this to South Africa, or I have to ship this to Brazil or to China, FedEx might be your better option. USPS, on the other hand, is actually much more cost-effective for shipping smaller packages of about 2 pounds or less, okay? So for startups and small businesses, it's generally a more economical option, especially if your online store just got started and you are trying to really test out the markets. So beyond those basic differences, each courier has its own advantages and disadvantages to consider for your e-commerce company. So let me really dig a little deeper when I want to look at their respective service options, strengths and weaknesses, delivery times, and FedEx versus UPS shipping rates to better really understand which one is the better option for your e-commerce business, but also, by the way, your offline business. So I want to first talk to you about the FedEx shipping services, and then I'll speak a little one about USPS. So FedEx offers multiple delivery options and is really especially known for its quick delivery services, particularly its revolutionary use of overnight shipping to get packages to their destinations quickly. FedEx offers a number of shipping options, including ground delivery, home delivery, FedEx same day, FedEx 2-day, FedEx Express Silver, and FedEx First overnight. So those are important to think about. So FedEx ground delivery actually will get your items shipped and delivered within 1 to 7 business days. Home delivery actually this is residential delivery by ground within 1 to 7 business days. Again, for same day, you are looking at same day door-to-door delivery within hours, depending on availability. Here is a service that operates 7 days a week, 365 days a year throughout the US. Okay. So I want to talk to you now about USPS. So you have USPS shipping services. So USPS, like FedEx, offers its own set of shipping options to actually consider. So for shipping smaller packages, USPS offers superior value compared to a FedEx and other couriers like UPS and DHL, though it's more limited in scope. I mean, when you think about USPS, think about a service that's more limited in scope. Maybe the government hasn't really invested, hasn't put a lot of cash into developing USPS to be a major contender to the big, like to the big, like the big of the industry, such as UPS or DHL or even FedEx. So for its services, USPS currently offers priority mail. You have also a first class mail. You have a retail ground, priority mail express, and you have also media mail. Okay, this is important to think about. So when you think about priority mail, this is actually a service that offers a flat rate on boxes less than 70 pounds and delivers within 1 to 3 business days. And you have a first class mail. So this is designed for small packages under 13 pounds and envelopes. And this service offers 1 to 3 business day shipping. Then you have a retail ground. So here you have economical shipping for oversized packages that are not time sensitive in terms of delivery. And then you also have priority mail express. So this is actually, when you think about USPS, think about priority mail express as their fastest delivery option with overnight delivery 7 days a week. Okay. And you also have to think about media mail. So media mail is actually a special service for shipping media and education video and audio files. And what happens here is that a 70-pound weight limit is actually enforced with 2 to 8 business day shipping. So this is actually really good, especially if you want to get things actually shipped real fast. Let me give you the pros and cons here. I want to first talk about the pros and cons of FedEx, and then I'll speak about the pros and cons of USPS. Okay. So when you consider a FedEx for your e-commerce or offline business this year, you have to really understand that FedEx is not perfect, right? FedEx, like every courier, has its own distinct pros and cons. And so the pros first. FedEx offers more insurance coverage, and that's really good because you want to really have peace of mind knowing that your item will be delivered and that if something were to happen, basically FedEx got your back. That's important. From a risk mitigation perspective, that's really good. And FedEx offers discounts of 6 to 20% depending on your loyalty program, but also the shipment that you are considering. You have within FedEx, either online or through the mobile app, you have a ship manager tool that's really available for package tracking and management. So that's really good. You have in-person service. So that's really another great way to actually streamline your shipping. And you have FedEx actually ships packages weighing up to 150 pounds, something that USPS doesn't do. And you also have with FedEx, you have weekend delivery. So this is really good because it gives you flexibility, it gives you efficiency, and more importantly, it gives you the ability to actually scale real fast. So what about the minuses? What are the drawbacks when you think about FedEx? Well, FedEx has fewer pickup and drop-off locations in comparison to USPS. So if geography plays an important role for you, then FedEx is not the right service for you. Okay. So FedEx charges pickup fees for one-time shipment. Pickups are mostly service-based, so this is an important element to think about. And with FedEx, you have a limited assortment of free packaging, especially for express services. And you also have a higher shipping rates. I mean, obviously, FedEx is faster, that's for sure. FedEx allows you to actually ship larger, like bulkier items for sure. But they're charging you for it. They will charge you for it just to make sure that they're recouping their investment. So if price is not an issue for you, then yeah, FedEx is a great service to consider this year. So let me talk to you about the pros and cons of USPS. So you have a better idea of USPS. So when you think about USPS, the pluses include you have many locations across the U.S. This is a government agency, so it's really really natural that they cover the whole country. And USPS offers a free one-time or repeat pickups for businesses that use large volume shipping. The service also offers a large selection of free express mail and priority mail packaging for businesses to choose from to actually save money on the cost of shipping supplies. So that's kind of cool because you are able to streamline your shipping. And with USPS, you have free packaging tracking for all services. That's really good. And you have improved insurance coverage for express and priority mail shipment. So if you are shipping through USPS and you really care about insurance, then you really want to choose the express or priority mail shipments. You also have all-in-one pickups for different mail services. So that's kind of cool because USPS demonstrates its superiority when it comes to all-in-one pickups for different mail services. You have an easy-to-print postage and postage process. Also, you have shipping labels, so you can do this at home. So that gives you more flexibility. And you also have an in-person service. And also USPS delivers to mailboxes and PO boxes. So that's really cool, especially when it comes to giving you more options over time. What are the minuses here when you think about the USPS? First of all, you have less effective tracking and responsive customer service compared to FedEx. I mean, FedEx is a large behemoth when it comes to shipping, so they have actually polished up their customer service over several years. And USPS can only ship items that weigh 70 pounds or less, whereas FedEx is going double that. FedEx maximum at 150, but USPS 70 pounds. And also USPS is generally more expensive if you are sending out large quantities of packages individually. So it's just better to gather everything when you send it through USPS. So when you think about speed, which is really faster, FedEx or USPS? Well, it really depends. Let me break it down for you so you can have a clear idea what I'm speaking about. The thing is that USPS priority mail typically offers faster delivery compared to FedEx home delivery, delivering packages in 1.79 days on average compared to 2.21 days for FedEx for parcels shipped on a Monday using normal delivery service. So while USPS is typically a better option for normal service, online merchants such as you shipping out large parcels abroad that need them delivered quickly are probably better off relying on FedEx, given their expertise in overnight shipping and superior package tracking. And you got to have those. If you are an online entrepreneur, you got to have this sort of package tracking capability. What about FedEx Ground versus USPS priority? Well, now the thing is that when you think of, let me first talk about shipping with FedEx Ground, and then I'll speak to you about shipping with USPS priority. So when you think about FedEx Ground, think about the low-cost shipping service that delivers to businesses and offers a fast delivery service to various locations. So when you opt for FedEx Ground, shipment typically travel by truck. And there are some features you need to be aware of when you consider FedEx Ground. So you have shipping and transit time. So delivery within the U.S. takes about 1 to 5 business days. So shipping to and from Alaska and Hawaii requires 3 to 7 business days. In terms of weight limits, packages up to 150 pounds can be shipped. And delivery area, FedEx Ground delivers throughout all 50 states to all U.S. business addresses. And I want to talk to you now about shipping with USPS Priority. So USPS Priority Mail Service actually offers a fast delivery time and free package pickup at your home or office. So there are some features that really are prominent when you use USPS Priority. So the shipping and transit time, delivery time within the U.S. takes about what, 1 to 3 days. I mean, maximum 3 days. And weight limits, well, packages up to 70 pounds can be shipped. Just remember that, okay? It's not 150, but 70 pounds. And the delivery area, USPS Priority Mail allows you to ship up to all 50 states. So this is kind of cool, especially when it comes to making sure that you're getting your items received in real time. That's an important element to think about. So I want to talk to you now about the cost, right? Is it cheaper to ship FedEx or USPS? Well, it really depends on your specs. So for shipping packages less than 2 pounds, USPS is usually cheaper than FedEx, 2 pounds. When it comes to shipping parcels greater than 2 pounds, FedEx can be more cost effective than USPS, offering actually cheaper rates. Okay. However, if you can fit your item into a small, medium, or large flat shipping box, USPS is actually cheaper than FedEx across the board. That's an important element to think about, okay? So let's say you are shipping a 2 pound package from New York to LA, okay? So you have to actually account for, I'm going to put on the screen here a quick comparative analysis that I did so you have a clear idea. So basically, if you go with a courier service such as USPS Priority Mail 2-day, the delivery lead time is actually 2 business days, and the starting cost is $15.20. If you go through a USPS Priority Mail 2-day small flat rate, delivery lead time is 2 business days, and starting cost $8.45. Then if you have USPS Priority Mail Express 1-day, delivery lead time 1 business day, and the starting cost $53.20. And what about FedEx Ground? Now, FedEx Ground delivery lead time, you are looking at 1 to 5 business days, and the starting cost is about $14.39. And also, you also have FedEx Express Saver. Here you have a lead time of 3 business days in terms of delivery, and the starting cost actually, I'm going to put this on the screen so you see what I'm saying here. The starting cost is at $34.86. And then you have FedEx 2-day, and the lead time, the delivery wise, 2 business days, and the cost actually starting cost $43.28. So overall, you can see that shipping with USPS offers cheaper shipping services than FedEx on average, right? Long story short, when you have to choose the best courier for your e-commerce or your e-commerce store or even your offline store, it's all about what's important for you. So both FedEx and USPS offer their own advantages and disadvantages for e-commerce businesses and work better in different situations. You have to see what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So into this conversation, here is the cessation I want you to think about. I spoke to you about FedEx versus USPS. I give you the sketch, the choice, the pros and cons, the speed, and now the cessation. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.